Easy guys, Bishop with a Q&A of all sorts. These questions are from Ironman8885, one of my first subscribers. Nice one, buddy. Number one, how do I get into wrestling? First time I saw wrestling, Dad picked up a video from a shop in England called Woolworths. Probably something like Best Buy or something you've got in America. He bought WrestleMania 6 and we watched that, and I was hooked. From then, watched any wrestling could get my hands on, because we didn't have cable back then. Didn't get cable till about 10 years ago. Then we got cable in 97. We had Sky Sports to watch WWE, and we had TNT, which was Turner Classic Movies, and it'd be black and white movies all day, and then Nitro would come on. And then about 99, 2000, Bravo started showing ECW, so I had all that to choose from. So yeah, that's how I got into wrestling. Number two, what's the name mean? CrackTastik. Just off the top of my head, really. I wanted to call myself something really cool for my YouTube name, but I just didn't want anything that sounded cocky. So yeah, just off the top of my head. Number three, fondest wrestling time. Best wrestling time is going to see Capital Carnage with my dad. WWE wrestling event, December '98, and it was a pay-per-view. I've still got it. You can see us in the crowd. It wasn't an amazing show, but it was my first actual proper wrestling show. So just like seeing The Undertaker and Austin and all that, and they had Vinnie Jones there. They weren't like one of WWE's best events. It wasn't one night only, nothing like that, but it was good. Worst wrestling time. Last year, I took my girlfriend and her dad to see a wrestling show in my town, and I've been to a show before that with my girlfriend, and it was really good. We went to the next show, and including us, there was about 10 people there, and the wrestling was cheesy as hell. It was awful. They had this guy was pretending to be a gypsy, and if you've ever seen Snatch, he was like pretending to be Brad Pitt in that. And he's coming out now, "I'll burn your fucking house down. While you're here, my boys are robbing your house." Oh, and it was so cheesy acting. It was horrible. 5. How did I get into heroin? Ooh, cheeky. Nah, I'm just messing. When I was at school, didn't have really that many friends, so I started hanging around with the bad crowd. We all used to smoke weed and what have you and draw. Well, in England it used to be draw, which was like the block resin kind, like Moroccan, and it just led from everything. You got into other drugs, and then it led up to heroin, and then on top of the job I've got, which is a baker, I make bread and cakes and what have you. I had a job as a drug runner, which is I'd run around for a dealer dropping drugs off, and I'd get paid in drugs for it. And that I got into heroin about 5 years ago. How did I get clean? I'm clean from heroin, yeah, but I still have to take a medicine for it so I don't get ill, and I'm just about towards the end of it. I've reducing off it now, and I should be off it in about a month to 6 weeks, because you can't bring yourself off it quickly. Well, you could, but you'd be very ill. Why do I do vids? Because of the above, really, to fill my time. I fill my time now with seeing my girlfriend, doing vids like this, because I've just seen other people do it, like all the top shooters like Mark P and Truth Slayer and people like that, Crazy Mike, and just so I'm not distracted and to go out there and get up to something I shouldn't be. How did I get into ICP? Through wrestling, really, believe it or not. The first time I saw ICP was SummerSlam '98, I think it was. They did a performance on that, and after that I started getting their albums, and now I've got about 50 albums by Psychopathic Records. What do I think of the draft? I think the draft's a really good idea to shake up the programs, but someone always seems to get the bad end of it. You know what I mean? It's ECW nowadays. They don't get, you know what I mean? They get shit. I like how they've shook up Raw and SmackDown. Triple H going to SmackDown. That's good. Shame it's not going to be very good for Edge though. Unless they do an Edge Triple H feud and they actually, you know what I mean, Edge goes over, because that'd be cool, but can you see that happening? Biggest problems with mainstream wrestling, in my opinion, trying to bring in the outside crowd too much celebrity involvement and stupid ideas to bring in people that aren't even bothered with wrestling. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Donald Trump and fucking Pac-Man Jones and people like that. What have they got to do with wrestling, eh? Nothing. Stuff like that, oh, it really gets on my tits. It really does. TNA today. How do you compare TNA today to TNA 5 years ago? TNA in 2003. I haven't got much footage of TNA from 2003, just what's on my DVDs and that. From what I can say, the X Division was a lot better. You had the matches with Jerry Lynn and the Amazing Red and what have you. Raven just turned up. One of the main things I like about TNA is they pushed Raven right. They really pushed him well. Raven is a very underrated wrestler in my opinion. He's one of my favourite wrestlers ever. He's about past it now. He's a bit podgy and he's put on a bit of weight and what have you. But Raven's when he first got into TNA had an amazing run, getting the belt and everything. I couldn't be happy about that. My biggest dream match. Ooh, I've got loads, mate. I've got loads. I would really like to see Van Damme and AJ Styles, or Van Damme and Samoa Joe, or Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles would be a good one, or Taz, Taz who does the commentary on ECW. Taz in his prime against Samoa Joe, or Taz against Super Dragon. Oh god, I could go on and on. If I was a wrestler, what would be my finisher? Sit out, crucifix, powerbomb. Evil looking move. Who's the next big thing from the Indies? I can honestly see Claudio Castagnoli in WWE. I know he got a contract before, but I can honestly see him there in the next couple of years. I think they're just looking to fine tune him a bit. My favourite promotion of all time, I'm gonna have to say WWE, mate, because it's the one that I've seen the most of. And let's be honest here, WWE, I mean, it's in a bit of a rut at the minute, but it's given us the most memories and the most classic things. Although Ring of Honor I'm watching the most of lately, and I'm really getting into PWG at the minute. But I'm going to have to say WWE. Right, I'm nearly out of time, so I'm on your last question. If I ran a wrestling show, 10 guys I'd use. Let's see, the Briscoes, Low-Key, Super Dragon, Necro Butcher, AJ Styles, Rob Van Dam, Taz, Kurt Angle, Bryan Danielson. I think that's about it. Right, I'm just nearly out of time. Nice one for them questions, mate. Really appreciated that. I hope that gave you a little insight into me. Anyone else wants to send me some questions, I know you have Matthew Princess Angel, and I'll answer them when I get some more. Till then, peace. Have a good one.